Welcome to today's podcast, Industry Matters Respiratory Edition. I'm Boone Lockard, VP of Clinical Services here at VGM. I wanted to welcome Chris to the podcast again. He is the product manager for Fisher Paykel mask, which treat obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. He will talk to us about their new product release, Nova Micro. Let's jump right into this. Chris, welcome once again. Could you tell us a little bit about the Nova Micro mask?
Hi, Boone. Yeah, great to be on the podcast again. Nice to see you. Yeah, so we just released Nova Micro. We're really excited about it. We released it in November last year, and we're really proud of it because it's our smallest and lightest mask yet. It weighs less than 1.4 ounces, so very, very light, where patients don't even feel like the mask is on their face. So it really leads to a natural sleep experience. In addition, it was built with the soft micro pillow seal where it sits in and around the nose. And I'm happy to tell you more about it during this podcast. And then also it has an easy adjusting headgear. So it has that manual adjustment on both sides. So we're really happy about this mask, the usability features, and that fact that it is our smallest and lightest mask yet.
So I would say Nova Micro is probably one of the smallest and lightest masks that's in the market. What drove F&P to develop Nova Micro?
Yeah, so great question. We designed this mask because of user feedback. Our team went into the field, started interviewing patients, and really try to get some of the needs from these patients, such as, less on the face, reduce the nasal irritation, and having that freedom to move in bed. So we ran this internal validation trial during the design process, and over 90% of these trial participants rated the mask as if they rarely or never felt the mask. Really great mask, great user feedback, and it really fed into the design process.
So the mask, it's small, it's light. What are some of the interesting things you can point out from the design that made it so small and light?
Yeah, one thing is that the mask frame and the pillow are really minimal. It was designed where we had this kind of clip design with Evora Full, we wanted to add these usability features in such a small mask. So Evora Full, for example, it has this clip design where you can easily, clip out the clip here, take off the mask, and then re-clip it in, giving you the secure kind of design. With Nova Micro, it's actually a very small mask. So it has this hook here, you have to pull it, but there's no clip in there because the mask frame is so small. So we really designed this mask to have great usability features, but be in a really compact nasal pillows mask.
How do you think, from it being small, from it being light, from an usability standpoint, how do you see this helping patients?
Well, the fact that it's being minimal and small, like you're saying, is that we want to design this mask to enable a natural sleep experience. So it will help patients in the fact that they don't feel the mask on their face when they're sleeping. And it leads to that natural sleep experience because the mask is so small, because it is so light. And, the reviews online, even though it's just been released, have been really positive. A lot of patients like how compact the mask is. It's a great mask to even travel with because it's so small and light that it's doesn't even affect really their check-in luggage weight. And then hopefully we're seeing how the performance is in the field, but we're hoping that this will help increase some compliance as well among patients.
So last time we had you on, we talked about the release of F&P Solo mask. How does Nova Micro fit into your whole portfolio of different masks?
Yeah, so the mask categories in general in the market are split among full face, nasal, and pillows. So Nova Micro is a part of that pillows category. At Fisher & Paykel, we define new categories of masks based on functionality. So we have universal, compact, and auto fit. So universal is for active sleepers. These masks from Fisher & Paykel tend to have a stability bar and a roll fit seal. So it utilizes this dynamic support technology with that stability bar to evenly distribute that seal on the face, provide comfort and usability for very active sleepers. And so some of the masks in that category along the full face line are like Vitera and Simplest, for example. And then for the nasal line, we have Eson 2 and the original Eson, and then Brevita as well on the pillow side. We also have a category, which we talked about last time, was the auto fit category. This is where the mask will automatically fit. There are no needs for straps. Simply put on the mask and the mask fits. So this is our solo line, solo nasal and solo pillows, where those masks don't have any straps. It's a self-adjusting headgear that automatically fits. And then finally, we have the compact line. This is smaller real estate on the face. So it's a compact frame, and it tends to use this next generation of dynamic support technology where we took that stability bar in the universal and then turned that sideways into stability wings. And then also the seal, instead of a roll fit seal with the universal line, it's more of a floating seal. So our Evora Full, for example, fits into that. That's kind of a hybrid full face mask. And then we also have Evora Nasal, which is on our under the nose nasal. And then finally, we have Nova Micro, which fits into that category because of what we just talked about. It's very compact, it's minimal, it's light. So it really fits into that pillow side of the compact category.
We talked about this a little bit, but I mean, ultimately with these masks, it comes down to how does the patient feel with the mask on? What's some more of that feedback that you've gotten regarding the Nova Micro?
Yeah, so we did an internal validation trial, actually, and we rated along different parameters. So we did along comfort. We also wanted to make sure the mask performs. We want to make sure that patients are adherent with the mask. And then also usability, right? I just talked about Evora Full and the clip design, making it easy. So we wanted to validate that with Nova Micro as well, with this kind of hook design, also the seals, dealing with that. So along comfort, 97% of the trial participants rated the cushion as comfortable or very comfortable. So amazing feedback on comfort. Performance-wise, 100% rate the overall performance as good or very good on the mask. So you have great comfort scores, great performance, and then on usability, 100% rated that process of the initial setup as simple or very simple. So across usability, comfort, and performance, it's rated really well on patient feedback.
I also noticed when you were speaking about Solo, it was in a box, and Nova Micro's now in a bag. Is there any, what was the thought process around not putting this in a box package versus a bag?
That's a good question. Yeah, with Solo, I actually have a Solo bag here. Solo box, excuse me. And then with this, it's the Solo Pillows box here. And it's really great. It maintains structure for the mask, especially for the headgear. It's packed with that technology that allows that mask to automatically fit. So it's really great structure. Also, it's recyclable. So another positive about the box. With Nova Micro, I actually have a bag here. It's super light. So Nova packaging is also great. We went with the bag to show how really light and compact this mask really is. And then you can kind of see inside as well and see that the mask inside. So it achieves that same functionality of structure for the product, but really showcases how light and small the Nova Micro mask is.
So while we're talking about the packaging of the mask, can you let us know about some of the different SKUs that the product comes in, how many different SKUs, fit packs versus single size?
Sure. Yeah, this bag that I actually just showed you is the fit pack, and you know that because it shows a small, medium, and large on it. So this is the fit pack that has those sizes. And then we also offer it in single size as well in case customers want to purchase like just a small or just a medium or just a large. We have that. We also have the accessories. So mask, no headgear. So that's essentially just the mask that's offered without the headgear. And then we have cushions as well, those individual size cushions, and then the headgear as an accessory as well. And when it comes to just fitting the mask, it is a pillows mask, so you're going to have all the seals in the fit pack. We generally recommend to start with a medium. And then if that patient is experiencing any leaks, then go to a large. If they're experiencing discomfort, go to a small. And the reason why to go from a medium to large when there are leaks is just because it's a pillows mask. So it depends on how much surface area is actually covering the nares. So when you go to a large, it's actually covering up kind of the gaps that could be in the nares to prevent any leaks that would be happening. And then on the discomfort side, going from a medium to small, that might mean that the prongs are a little bit too large for that patient. So to just downsize a bit, so then there's a little bit more comfort for that patient, but still have a snug fit for preventing any leaks.
You referenced the different sizes of the cushions. What enhancements have you made to the cushions with Nova Micro?
Yeah, this is the cushion for Nova Micro, and you can kind of see the shape of it. It's a little bit of a conical shape there. And this cushion sits in and around the nose. So it's different than a traditional pillows cushion that may be pressing into the nares of the nose, right, and causing that discomfort in the nares of the nose. This fits in and around the nose to prevent that kind of direct contact in the nares of the nose. It helps dissipate the area in contact with the nose to help provide comfort there for the patient. Also, this conical shape here helps disperse the air. So as opposed to kind of a traditional pillows cushion where you may feel a jet of air going directly into the nares of the nose, the conical shape here helps disperse that air to make it more comfortable for the patient. Also, there's a structure added to the cushion here. So then it provides structure for the patient. That cushion can maintain its shape. So really great advancements there in terms of structure and comfort for the patient that were made with the Nova Micro pillows cushion.
I'm just thinking about it. Anytime we see a new mask come out to the market, just from our members' perspective, and my background being a DME sales rep, do you have any helpful materials like brochures, marketing collateral to help customers and ultimately physicians as well see the key features of this product?
Yeah, we have a bunch of brochures and spec sheets to make that happen. I actually have the Nova Micro spec sheet. It lists all the key features that I just talked about. So it really covers what that natural sleep experience is. Great resource. There's also SKUs on the back that really help customers in terms of what they want to order. We also have a patient brochure here. It's a little bit smaller form factor. It's patient facing, so it highlights a lot of the key features we talked about, some of the studies. We talk about this kind of notion of less is best just because of less weight, less size, less noise. That's why it's great for the patient. So great takeaway for patients. We also have our Mask at a Glance brochure. It's a small booklet that is great for DME sales reps like you were previously, or for customers that just want a synopsis on all the core masks that we offer. It kind of goes into a lot of the key features of previous masks. Great to have. It's updated with Nova Micro as well. And then finally, for ordering. So for customers that want to have the SKUs, they have it with the spec sheet, which I just showed, but also with a mask quick reference guide. So it has all the SKUs of the masks that Fisher Paykel offers in the sleep space. And that's a great resource. This is also updated with Nova Micro. So really great resources for learning about key features and benefits that maybe one of our sales reps have went over with customers, and to just have that key takeaway for both the our customers and then also patients as well.
We've discussed the My Mask app on previous podcasts. How can that help patients with Nova Micro?
It's another key resource, just like the brochures that I just showed in a paper format. My Mask app is a great resource for, digitally that patients and clinicians can have as a resource for our masks. So My Mask app, just a recap of what it is, it's looping videos on how to fit, fine tune, and clean the mask. And the great part about My Mask app is that those videos continue to loop step by step until that patient or that clinician wants to move forward in the process. So let's say a patient's at home cleaning their mask and they want to focus in on cleaning the seal. Well, that looping video will continue to loop how to clean the seal until that patient moves on. Really great resource for going step by step at the user's pace. Also, it's very easy to download. So you can download it right now via the App Store as we're talking, or there's QR codes on the packaging itself. I just showed the fit pack, but there's a QR code right here. And if the patient or the clinician scans that QR code, they'll actually download My Mask app, and then it will populate Nova Micro as the primary mask. So then you go and you could see those videos, the looping videos that I was just talking about. Or if they want to switch to a different Fisher Paykel mask, like Evora Full, they can do that as well and view the fitting, fine-tuning, and cleaning videos for that as well. So really great resource that patients can have as they go home from a setup, or even for clinicians to have when showcasing the mask.
That's great. And we're coming up on time here. So for our listeners, how can they get in contact with you all to learn more?
Yeah, so feel free to check out our website. It has Nova Micro on there. Great resources to learn about features that I just talked about. But if you'd like to get in contact with a sales rep, please fill out an online form on the actual website as well. You can fill in your contact details and a Fisher Paykel rep will reach out to you. If you already have the contact information of that rep, feel free to just reach out directly to that Fisher Paykel rep, and then we'll be sure to help you out.
Awesome, Chris. Once again, we always appreciate having you on. To our listeners, thanks again for listening in to Industry Matters Respiratory Edition. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.